Old school, baby. Ain't no strings or cables on these, motherfucker.
I've never seen those before. That is crazy.
Yeah, man. The 2000s were wild.
Yeah, I guess so.
The 2000s were wild. Why these never gained traction, I don't know, but they're a workout.
That's because they look.
It's like surfing.
They look impossible.
Snowboarding, skateboarding, and rollerblading all in one. There's nothing to strap your feet down.
Exactly
Nothing
why.
to connect your shit. Like,
Yeah. Exactly why they didn't take off.
I feel it right here.
Yeah.
Organize the garage a little bit. We'll get the whips cleaned, and then I don't know, maybe throw down a beer or two.
Guess what's under here? All good. Ooh. Fix this ISO. There we go. Oh yeah.
Ready?
I'm ready.
When the girl starts, get lucky. Got the Legends tag on the key.
Yes, sir. Mr. Dustin. Hope you're watching this, Dustin. You should get a Mark IV.
Okay, that sounds good.
That does sound good.
Get there. Alright, take two.
Oh, yeah.
cheers. We got the car out. It's still a mess in there, but it's like semi okay for right now. Supra hasn't seen the day of light in like a couple months now, but she started up second try, so that's good. I think you guys will see that. So just boosting the energy, some of that B-Goat, baby. And yeah, here we are, Supra Mark IV type, the only one to have, right? In my opinion, and I'm sure most of your opinions, Mark IV is probably the only one to have. In the 90s, 1990s, I had a toy Dodge Viper. It was a Gen 2 Dodge Viper with the blue exterior color and the white stripes along the center. I had that as a toy, and I'd always wanted a Viper. And about 93, 94, I ended up seeing a Supra in person. I saw a couple of Supras online, like in races, or not online, sorry, on a television, and on some video games. And that's where I also saw my first Skyline with Gran Turismo. But so I saw the Supra in person finally. I was out with my dad, and my dad was like, "You love the Viper so much. That's America's badass supercar. If you look over to the Japanese side, that's what the Supra is. The Supra is essentially the Viper of the Japanese land." I'm like, "All right, explain more, please, Dad. You know, I'm like 6 years old. Please tell me how this makes sense." And basically, my dad back in the day, he knew that the Japanese, as well as the English folks, Euro people, and Americans, we all love our hot rods and our performance cars and things like that. So the Viper in America was like your super modern hot rod, badass, fast car, sports car. And that's exactly what happened in the 90s for the Mark IV Supra from Japan. So I got to thinking, and as things progressed, you know, we hit the 2000s, Fast and Furious is going on, there's actual street racing going on. I'm seeing drag racing and stuff like that with Supras, and I'm like, I really want to have a Supra and a Viper when I grow up. So far, no Viper, but at least I got the Supra, and it's here now. Just gotta get halfway towards what I want for the actual build. And by the end of this year, my plan is to have it taken care of as far as I'm gonna get it tuned for California 91 and E85. I'll do the full flex fuel tune on it. I have an AEM ECU, so that'll be easy. Standard tune-up, and get her registered so she can roll on the road legally, and then we're gonna wrap it because I don't have $10,000 to repaint this thing. I should have just painted it while I was in Japan. But wrapping it, I'm thinking, believe it or not, midnight purple. So yes, a skyline color. I could do the 33 midnight purple or the 34, which has a little bit more of the green and yellow, green and blue hues to it. But I've only seen one other Supra in midnight purple, and I saw that in person last year at Fuel Fest LA. Shout out to Fuel Fest, the homies. Love you guys. But I saw it there, and I'm like, man, this thing is amazing. And I didn't even know that it was a wrap until I was talking to the guy. I was like, how much did it cost you to paint this and this and that? He's like, oh no, I wrapped it just, a week ago in my garage. I was like, what? He's like, yeah, no, I wrapped it. I was like, oh wow, okay. So he got his wrap from TinyBot, and he wrapped it himself, and it looked good. I mean, as far as the lines go of the Supra, it doesn't look very hard to wrap. I probably won't wrap it. I have a friend who wraps, so maybe send it to a friend, but I think that's the goal for by the end of this year. Eventually, we'll do the 6-speed swap and a fully built long block. Drop that guy in and rebuild the rear end, and just enjoy it. Enjoy it, cruise it, and I don't know. Maybe we'll get the Evo dialed in, or maybe I'll sell it. But that's it for now as far as the Supra for this year, 2023. This is what we got. So not quite as organized as what we wanted, but we wanted to be able to bring the Supra out, clean up, tidy up in here. I'm gonna finish up tomorrow. I gotta fix some shelving in here, and then I'll pull the Supra back in and hopefully pull her out sooner rather than later, get her worked on a little bit. But I got crap all over here. Most of this is car parts. You're talking Skyline, R32, R33, R34, and then Mark IV Supra parts and Evo parts. More of the Evo and motorcycle parts on the other side where the Evo's at. But for right here, you're pretty much looking at all Supra and Skyline parts. Almost enough to maybe probably build an entire one. If I had like a rolling chassis, I could throw just about everything in to a either 33 or 32 or a Mark IV Supra. Got an RB25 here underneath this. Ready to drop in. I pulled it myself in Japan. Supra Cat, in case somebody needs to pass smog in Cali. A 2J short block there. Got a Suzuki motorcycle engine in here. And then Ducati and Skyline parts, Supra parts, Skyline, Dylan. They don't make these things anymore. Evo 8. People who know Evos will probably be like, why does it have an Evo 9 bumper on it? It looks like an Evo 9. Well, it's interchangeable. The CT9 Alpha chassis. Brenda. Hey-o. All the way from Evo 1 through the Evo 9 had the 4G63 engine, iron block. The Evo 4 through the 9 had this version of the engine, which is instead of the cams being over on this side and the transmission be on that side, kind of like what you saw with the GSX Eclipses. It's as this right here. As you can see, it's pretty much stock. Got a couple little, custom cool kid mods, Got the shocker right there that obviously adds horsepower. Got some STM power steering and coolant overflow tanks. Custom intercooler piping. Catch can. And that's it. Like, everything else is stock. So I'm in the middle of project here. This is carbon pieces for a Porsche, a GT3. So like armrests, full carbon, just need to be trimmed up and made pretty, right? Polish them up. The upper like dash vents, like the defroster vents and all that stuff for up on the dashboard. Got that, and then the center console here, and just some miscellaneous little bits and pieces here and there. Standard stuff like if you want an exterior piece like front lip redone in carbon, for most cars it's pretty simple, and you'd be talking about a week or two turnaround. And if I was doing this full time, it'd be probably right at a week, but it's about a week or two if I don't have any delays, no issues. Get home from work and I'm able to put in like 2 to 4 hours in an evening, because you gotta wait for the resins to cure, and then sanding things down, trimming pieces, parts and areas, and then laying more epoxy resin on them, all that.
So what's next?
All right, we got to get these cars washed. It's man, we've been here for at least 30 to 40 minutes total, and getting the garage set up and all that stuff. At least 30, 40 minutes we've been here. Need to stop procrastinating. Sun's starting to go down. We need to get these things cleaned up, and then I guess we could hit the streets and the skylines after this.
Yeah, I'll hook up the 360 and we'll tear up the streets a little bit.
Yeah. Legally.
Yeah.
We're gonna legally tear.
We'll do the speed limits.
But okay, well, I guess I'll take off the mechanic's gloves.
All right.
So we about to wash.